right. This is a bridge for episode 3 officer meeting. I would need to get to a save point, and the question is, can I do it without this officers meeting? I don't think I can. Alright, cargo management. On the cargo tab, you can see the details about items packed in each cargo slot. If you need to use an item that's already packed, move that item back to your inventory. Cargo is needed when trading with merchants. You will meet them soon. Good. Alright. Can I save? Is there any... I cannot save. Alright. Continue. Attention officers. You have been granted an honor. Lord Captain will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Yawn. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your lordship. Boxmaster. Okay, there we go. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. Yes, indeed. Beside her is Rofure, the master helmsman. He steers the ship. Good. A bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that seems hardwired into his face, gives a sullen nod. What a word picture. You can draw him, and yet they still give us this word picture. That's amazing. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. And lastly, High Factotum Janris Danrock. Okay. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavyset man with an oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have 3 officers charged with overseeing our ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. The Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. And lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omnissiah. Omnissiah. The 3 officers salute you. Mechadendrite. Their limbs are named Mechadendrite. Ugh. Epic. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our choir master is unable to join us. Master Weiss has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets to inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Kunrad Voitver's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship as soon as it is possible to do so. It is equally regrettable that 2 more individuals worthy of mention could not join us at the briefing. Master-at-Arms and Confessor. Okay. Funeral services being held for fallen officers, yes. Admistress Sourback, who has replaced her late predecessor as Master-at-Arms. Okay. There seems to be a lot here. Man, I wish to hear the Master's report. Yes, Lord Captain. All fires across all decks have been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of raw materials loss, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, has been completed. The results have been submitted. Post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat. That's terrible. High Factotum. Why am I saying factorium? Factotum. What have you to report? We're toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given to the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. Good. There's only one resource I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We've lost more than 2,000 crew members. The ship was decimated, by the literal definition of decimate, since the maximum crew is approximately 25,000, therefore reduced by 10%. Decimate. Reduced by 10%. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the Winter Scale Rogue Trader Dynasty. They want us to say dynasty for some reason. We cannot simply begin recruiting on a planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Alright. New quest, new blood. Cool. Especially true given Caligos Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later. And the thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors. Drives Master. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. I love how in Warhammer 40k it is so they managed to work religion into just all of the technology. It's pretty wild. With great sorrow, I must also report that Engine Seer Prime, overseer and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement as soon as possible. I like that there's a request for a translation here. I don't need it. For the sake of any audience who don't understand, the Mechanicus replace as much of their body with machine as they can. So the Engine Seer died because the last of his biological parts ceased to function, is what he's saying, essentially. Yeah. You need a new Engine Seer. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right, y'all, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound more or less, but without our Engine Seer Prime and Navigator, who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as toe inside the warp, I don't know what'll happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into bulkheads. Noted. Yes, you need to travel through the warp in order to travel in this universe. And traveling through the warp without a navigator is really, really bad. Your Lordship, if you allow me to interject, when you arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. Nice. Yeah, if there's a spare navigator, or, you know, navigators are not common. That's good. Almost like it's required by the story. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less crappy news, we can go around the system till our heads are swimming, as long as the promethium and supplies last. Yep. Master of Ordnance. Anything to report? Nope. My job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone, we've got no able crew. No Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance. You forget yourself. No Lord Captain. So what? Comes the hostile and bitter reply. The ship's in ruins, every second officer's dead, and now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. Enforcers, seize this mutineer. This is where... This is where you can choose to be nice, and choosing to be nice is absolutely the wrong choice in this world most of the time. Well, we're going for a dogmatic playthrough. Here we go. Execute him. Consider it done. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engine seer prime and navigator. Is that all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which may only be carried out at Footfall Station. Alright. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? Mistress Tolman. Okay. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. We did receive a distress signal from the prison planet in the system, and then Rykad Menoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But most alarming is our augurs have intercepted signal from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities. The situation is not encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we will not be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station to find out what in the void is going on. Because the void is hell. Alright. Thank you for all your reports. Dismissed. The assembled officers salute you. Cool. Your lordship, there is one other thing, a confidential matter of utmost importance. Your eternally esteemed predecessor brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. The Lord Inquisitor, the Hand of the Emperor, chief architect of his will in the Coronus Expanse. I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You are referring to the contents of that note, I presume? Yes, quite right. Xavier Kalkazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, Henrix van Kalox, and interrogate her. So I'll get to learn a little bit about the Inquisition in this game, which is something I know next to nothing about. Should be fun. Fighting him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the Governor of Rykad Menoris, may know something. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valencius Protectorate. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. She is insisting on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. Good instinct, Argenta. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but I can wait. Speak to me when you have time. Daybreak. Alright. Idira, come to your senses. Your lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard, my head is still spinning. Something very strange is headed our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn. And it's ringing and ringing like an echo, a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? The voices are all going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make sense of any of it. As soon as I know or sense something, I'll report it. Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you will benefit from them as well. Let's get to work. Alright, we have our autosave. That's good. We can talk to Sister. Woodsman. Costa. Where might I find Sister? There she is.
Rogue trader.
You said you have a personal request for me?
I indeed have a request, Rogue trader.
Oh, and now you stopped voicing. Okay. The servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valencia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. What good would meeting them do? These children are the future of your crew, and one day they too will have to stand against the evil and heresy that their parents did. By meeting them, by speaking the right words to them, you'll honor the memory of the fallen heroes, light the way to heroes in the making. Yes. This is one where the pomp and circumstance probably matters. It probably matters to have the right level of pomp and circumstance. But the personal meeting... I like the idea of a personal meeting. No formality needed. To the lower decks we go. motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off of you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. It is hardly the Sculla progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Argenta is standing to the side of the group. Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House von Valentius. You notice Infernus Master Enrique Monteg standing a few paces away from the orphans. He watches you with approval and bows respectful. I, the rogue trader and the Lord Captain of the ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause and brought honor to the von Valentius banners and those of the Imperium. I'm proud of them, and I believe you will become their worthy heirs. Our friends and parents died in their dozens for your noble lot, and you give us speeches? Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes. This is interesting. How much do you encourage... Doesn't matter what we say, it won't bring our parents back. True. It won't change our fates either. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. Yeah, I like that. That's good. You heard the rogue trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. Good stuff. Very solid. So, let's look at inventory, iconoclast. Yes. Interesting. Oh, this is pretty endless, huh? Alright. Add to cargo. Add to cargo. Add to cargo. Add to cargo. Sweet. Let's add these to cargo as well. Kind of like this for him. What other fellowship do we have here? For each enemy in a 2-cell radius. So I think we'll throw the Iconoclast cloak on him. Not that it will necessarily be better. And yeah, she'll take the other cloak, the Trader cloak. Info. We have that blade shard. Not sure what it does. Delta charge. Boop. 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 Perfect. Extra med kits, which is good. I think we're sitting pretty on that. So we're getting pretty strong on some of these skills already. I like that. I like that we have a shotgun for close range. That's good. It's really good. We'll see how all the rest of this goes, but for now, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Okay. Who knows what challenges are ahead. Let's save. This is where I need to sign out for the day. I think I need to consider posting this up. Even though it wasn't streamed, I think we'll post it up as a replay, maybe? It's not a replay, it's a recording. But it's an important bridge to the next episode where we will continue. Might name it something different. Maybe we'll have this be episode 3 and we'll move on to episode 4 from here. Either way, if you're watching, thanks for watching. This has been another episode of Lunch Stream and Chill. Cheers.